then there is a small pineal gland in the brain, thyroid, and over kidney, adrenal. Pituitary gland, thyroid gland, and adrenal. The important is pituitary, and that is kept very safe in your brain, in the part called sphenoidal of the brain. It is kept in a sort of bone box. It is hung by what you call muscle, and it's a small gland, but its function is so important that it controls all your emotional activities, all the emotional activities, and it has a control over thyroid and adrenal. So the functioning of thyroid, functioning of adrenal is controlled by pituitary gland. The emotional hormones, that is good or bad, they are secreted in adrenal, that is over kidney. And the stress hormones, they start their secretion after about 7:30, 8 or so, when the sun starts rising up. And then if the stress hormones are more in your body, then throughout the day you remain stressful. You get angry, you get annoyed, you have anxiety, and you get reacted immediately without much thinking, and short-tempered, immediate reaction. And then once you speak something, you cannot take it back. And then general tendency of a person is not to accept the mistake, isn't it? So you try to convince how you are correct, and in that then
You get over
the negative feeling starts. Then this is all due to excess of secretion of stress hormones. Now if you do yoga early morning, then good hormones are secreted in more amount, and that is through thyroid and adrenal. Pituitary gland gives the orders, and then the good hormone secretion starts. And once that is reached to a proper level, then the secretion of the bad hormones or stress hormones, it becomes less and less throughout the day. And therefore throughout the day you remain active, you remain cheerful, you remain cheerful, calm, quiet, you don't get react immediately. You have a feeling of accepting your mistakes. Once you say sorry, suppose, the next part totally gets over. Nothing remains. But once you don't say sorry and react, then the again opposite reaction. So it keeps on. And therefore, to say sorry also is a good strength. And that is difficult that you get by doing all these things. That is why yoga is not just the exercise. It's a mental peace. And that is why you should do it regularly. And the best time is early morning. Okay?
And even our prayers and everything, we are supposed to do it during that time. So automatically it helps.
Right. That is why we start first with prayer.
No, even Bhagwan ki puja.
Bhagwan ki puja also.
So
That we do early morning. Bro, now Ujjai is breathing with friction. Friction in the throat and breathing by your nose. Friction here in the thorax. There are thorax threads, and that get a friction, and because of that the heat is created in your body. Heat is created. So just see, I will show you first how it is done. It is a normal breathing, Rechak Purak, but with friction in the throat. I have exhaled it. Now inhaling. This is called Ujjai. There are three types of Ujjai. One is this normal which I have shown you. This is called Pratham Ujjai, the first one. Second one is you have to keep your hands here like this. And then, so what happens? Your chest expands. And then the breathing directly goes into the chest. That is very helpful for increasing the capacity of the lungs. So, same kriya you have to do. See, if you are not getting it, then try to do like this. Then that will become proper. Okay? Third one is you have to hold the hands like this. Then start with exhalation. And with inhalation, raise your hands above your head. Let it be as much as it can, but don't take your head down. This is the third one. And the fourth one, it is called Bhasra Ujjai. It means forcefully, with friction, you have to do breathing and fast breathing. That is called Bhasra Ujjai. Just see how it is done. Okay, all right, followed it. Now, what are the benefits of this? This is very useful for asthmatic patients, those who have breathlessness, those who have asthma. You know, asthma is very often due to allergy. People have any type of allergy, and then that affects on your breathing, and you become breathless. You have to forcefully breathe. Many times it happens in the rainy season, or might be in spring also, because if there is an allergy of pollen grains, then the breathlessness comes. And if you are regularly doing this Ujjai, which is very useful in this US, because US is a cold country, and as much if you can do this Ujjai, say 30-40 times a day, then that gives this benefit. Asthmatic patients and allergic patients, it can eliminate allergy also. To that extent, it is beneficial. It creates heat in your body. The blood becomes hot. It doesn't boil, but it becomes a bit hot. And because of heat, the blood circulation is proper throughout the body. There is more supply of blood to your brain because of this. And then the brain activities are proper. You know, this part is very, very, very important. Any cell of the brain dies, there is no regeneration. Dies means permanently disorder. But any part of your other body, the cell dies, it can reoccur, it can regain, it has a rebirth, there is regeneration, right? But for brain it is not. And therefore all the time there should be oxygen supply, blood supply proper to the brain, food also. And therefore the blood circulation should be proper, and Ujjai is the best kriya for this, blood circulation, right? Following? Another great advantage of this is I am doing it little forcefully. So it gives internal massage to your heart, which is otherwise not possible. Heart gets good exercise, and therefore heart activities are proper. You never ever have a heart problem if you are doing regularly this. Okay?
You get the sound from the throat.
Yes.
How do you do? Like so, we have to create a sound there.
Yes. You have to create a sound.
Sound.
On its own it won't come out.
No.
You have to create, of course. Friction you have to create.
This happens during snoring.
Yes.
Snoring.
And that is why it's a type of snoring when you are awake. When you sleep, that is a natural snoring, but that is bad because that affects on your breathing. Many times, my brother had this type of disease, and sometimes he
Sleeps.
had to admit to the hospital directly because of breathing problem. So snoring is not good. And if you are regularly doing Ujjai, your snoring will stop. That is another advantage of Ujjai. Okay, right?
Thyroid.
Yes. Another very important is thyroid problem. Those who have thyroid problem, if they are regularly doing this, you get exercise to thyroid glands and the secretion of T3, T4 and TSH, that is total thyroid, that is properly controlled, not more, not less. It is called thyroid secretes thyroxine, and thyroxine is a iodine compound, and iodine is very important for the immunity power of your body. If there is a less secretion of thyroid, then the immune power affects, and you get number of problems, and therefore by doing this, thyroid control is possible. My brother's wife has experienced it.
Akshay ki
She
chachi.
had a thyroid problem, and she said
was regularly doing it.
she is doing Ujjai 150 times. And her thyroid is under control. I have not seen it actually. I have not gone through the reports and all. But she says that it is in control. But if you do more number of times, the heat is created in your body, and that should not be more. Body temperature should be maintained. When it is too much of cold, you can do this kriya more times than doing this in the heat. Summer season. Summer season you do it little less. In cold time you do little more. Alright? You know the example of Jnaneshwar. You know Jnaneshwar? He wanted to make mande, that is a sort of roti, and no one villagers was ready to give her that tawa. Jnaneshwar said, okay, no problem. He sat like this and said, do it on my back. And by this yogic Ujjai kriya, he made his back heated, and on that she did the mandi. So it is a yogic kriya, of course, and that gives all these benefits. Okay, so now we are doing it. First Ujjai, Rechak. Now you do, I want to hear it. Purak, Rechak, right? Purak, excellent. Rechak, Purak, to thumb. I can't hear that. Purak, right, very good. Rechak, Purak, त्याचा आवाज येतो. Rechak. Second. Rechak. Rechak. Very good. Rechak. Third one. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Okay. Slowly and slowly you will improve it. That removes the cough also. See, I'm getting that advantage.
Yeah.
Your throat becomes clear. And because of that, next when you do Omkar, it is so perfect that you enjoy chanting Omkar because of this Ujjai. Okay? Now fast. Come on, start. Fast. Increase the speed. Stop. Rage. Okay? Anything? Any difficulty? It's okay. Now after this you can chant Omkar in Siddhasana by closing your eyes. Next time I'll give you a lecture on Omkar. It's a bit technique you should follow, and then at least 5 times you must do Omkar in this. Later on I will tell you about Shata Chakra, and there are 6 chakras in your body, and you have to take your attention total on the chakra and then do chanting of Omkar. 2 times, so 12 times Omkar chanting. That is called Shata Chakra Sadhana, and that we shall see next time. Okay, that's it. Dhanyavad.
Shantipat.
Shanti. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Neti